How you doing? Anybody who's watching, thank you. I want to start this video off by saying that, it's hard for me to come to terms with and finally acknowledge and admit that being in a wheelchair is what the crux of my life story is about. Okay, let's face it. I mean, I went to a party one time at a friend's house, a social gathering, and everybody who spoke to me, there were a lot of people who were open to talking to me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that they see a guy in a wheelchair, they know that maybe he feels a little ostracized, he feels a little left out. They want to reach out and say, hey, I'm going to do the right thing, and maybe they're doing it to feel good about themselves. Maybe they are trying to make you feel better. Who knows? Whatever. Either way, they talk to you, and the first question they ask is, I mean, it's like an elephant in the room, I mean, they're not going to ask you what kind of movies you like. They're not going to ask you what your favorite color is. They're not going to ask you if you, what your hobbies are. They're going to ask you what happened. Why are you in a wheelchair? Were you born like this? Were you in an accident? How could they not? You're wheeling up to them on a piece of equipment. You're basically, you have an extraneous, peripheral transporting device under you, and you're using it to move. Of course they're going to ask. I can't blame them for that. They probably think that they're showing interest, and they probably, in their mind, they mean no impertinence whatsoever. I understand that, but to me, it's just like, I don't know. I always thought, I guess maybe I was a little grandiose to think that I was more than that, and I could be more than that. I guess I was, but doesn't matter what you've been through, what your hobbies are, your talents are, what you like, who you loved, you're abused. You got a whole story, a whole history aside from that. Just, that doesn't matter. You know what? That's true. That's why I'm going to focus on that on this channel, because right now my mission is to let people know what happens when you enter a nursing home, especially as a young person, okay? Because I myself, there's actually a community of us. The problem is that we're all against each other. Everybody's competing. Everything is, look what I can do. I can stand. I can do this. It becomes the ultimate game of, mommy, look at me. Again, I'm sorry. It's almost like, single digits again, where like, I'm able to stand. I'm able to do this. And meanwhile, it's a guy who's not even paralyzed telling you that, knowing that you're paralyzed, and they do it to like feel better about themselves. It's disgusting. But, you want to hear a story about some of the, absolutely the indignation, the absolute, horrible degree of indignation you face as someone in a nursing home. Let me tell you what, when you're disabled, let me tell you. There was a time that people there's a side rail right here. It's on the bed, right? I pull it, you see I lift it up. Maybe you can't see it there, but you lift it up, and it has to do with, it stops me from, my legs from sliding off the bed, because I can't feel my legs. I'm paralyzed. I will slide off the bed. So you have to put this side rail up. You put this up, and it precludes my legs from falling off the bed. Some of these staff members were lackadaisical in their, I'm sorry. It's a lot to remember their job. Listen, being a CNA is very hard, okay? But they leave it down. If it happens once, I understand it. When it happens 5 times in 2 weeks, or a month, or 10 times in a month, whatever it was, that's when there's a problem. When you have to keep telling someone over and over again, and how they realize how pernicious it is, and they still keep doing it, So one such time was, I guess there was a time that my night CNA left the guardrail down, okay? And what happened was, you had, the next day I have a comforter that I put on the bed, right? So the next day, the staff came in. It was about 12 o'clock. My comforter was covering up the side of the of the bed, so you couldn't see that it was actually down. Okay. So what happened was, I guess the CNA completely just, she didn't know. She didn't know. It would not have been her fault. She was my CNA for the morning that day. Okay, for the the night. I guess you have the evening, night, and morning shifts. The evening one was the one who put me into bed. The night one really just, doesn't do much. She just observes because I'm asleep at night, so she doesn't really bother with me. But the next day, the one that the daytime one would she saw that it was, there's no way she could have known it wasn't her fault. Okay, I want to make that clear. It was not her fault. However, in the eyes of the bureaucracy, if something happens, maybe it was. So maybe that would explain her behavior. I turn around to go grab something from my nightstand. My legs slide off the bed. I catch myself on one of the other, guardrails that was up. I think I have a trapeze above here. I might have even caught the trapeze, right? So what happened was, I'm hanging on for dear life. I'm ready to fall off. My legs are hanging off the bed. And for a while, I thought about lowering the bed, just letting myself fall. Maybe that'd be better. You know what I mean? I don't really pull anything. I don't hurt myself. I have the whole thing on video. My mother actually walks in the room to to utter shock, as in just what she was frazzled by what happened. She's like, man, what is going on now? And so what happened was I had to get back on the bed. Okay, so I'm dangling off. I clear the bed. Okay, I take the comforter that I had on. I throw it down. I take this pillow that they had that stabilized my legs. I throw it down. I throw a couple pillows down. I need that bed clear so I can lift my legs back up if I have a chance of getting back on. So, the staff comes in here while this is going on, and they're like, oh, and immediately the CNA who's assigned to me starts making excuses. It was up when I was there. It was up when I checked him, which is a total lie. Because you saying that I somehow maneuvered myself to put the guardrail at the foot of the bed down. If I were able, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I might be able to do that. I might. I mean, why would I though? Trying to say somehow it must have happened fortuitously. I guess she's trying to say. I don't know, but if I were able to do that, I wouldn't need to be in a nursing home. I mean, I'm sorry, but here's the deal. Like I said, maybe. Like I said, maybe. Maybe I could, but I'd risk injury to myself anyway. By her saying that, she kind of made herself culpable now, because now she's saying she looked and it was up, when in reality it wasn't. So now it became her fault. She made it her fault now by saying that. If she just said, I guess maybe because she looked in the room and didn't notice that it was down, it would have been her fault in the eyes of the bureaucracy of the people who work here. They would have, I guess they would have imputed the accident if I would have fallen to her, and she would have been, reprimanded or perhaps even terminated. Who knows? Okay, she was new at the time. Yeah, hey, you gotta feed your kids. If that means lying, whatever. But yeah. So she says it was up when I was here. So which is a blatant lie. But here's what they did afterwards. Okay, now my mother witnessed the whole thing. It's all on video. My mother says, they said. So one of the nurses came up to me later on and said, hey, Barry, what happened this morning? I was like, I almost fell out of bed. I didn't even think about it. At the time, I wasn't even thinking about it. I was trying to get past it in my mind. But they were like, Barry, I heard you were throwing things in the room. These ladies actually went to the supervisors or whoever, the nurses, and said, I was throwing things in the room just wildly. Not even mentioning that I fell out of bed. I was clearing the bed to get on. Imagine. And I have them on video. And you know what? That really made me a little mad. I think I might put their names out there and just this is how they work. They lie. A lot of people. Listen, when I told there were so many incidents in which that happened. I told the head about it, and she was completely ignorant to what happens. I say, listen, that's not what happened. I have it on video. She says, I don't care about any video. So just to show you the level of ignorance that's here. Well, really, you don't care? The world does. I'm gonna help. Maybe put that out there. So there you go. You see, I try being nice, but now that's how it is. I'm not gonna have people lie. Hey, I'm gonna tell my side, and I'm gonna do it with facts. That's all there is to it. Okay, this is what goes on in nursing homes. Okay, because the unions are, like I said, someone will get terminated, and it's not like a truckers union or a police union where someone gets fired unjustly. Everyone will fight for them. It's like, bye, you're fired, goodbye. You're very replaceable in the medical. I'm sorry to say, these are not my words. All right, I respect the medical field. I'm in the medical field for a brief time. But I've heard from people that they are replaceable. Anyone can be replaceable in this field. Okay, they will get rid of you. So that's what happens in nursing homes, everybody. So stay healthy. Don't get hurt.